Who here would date Andrew Tate? Show of hands. That was just like an example.
Yeah.
I was soliciting the hand raises. Who here would date Andrew Tate? Gabby, before you leave?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Maybe.
I think that it doesn't really matter for guys as
Stop
much.
the cap.
Can you lower the volume?
Because I know that, well, I don't know, but I think that guys can have sex and just casually and have it not really mean that much. But I think when a girl has sex, it really messes with them. So I feel like if a guy had a high body count, I really wouldn't mind as much. Although it does say something about him, I wouldn't be like, oh no, you know. But
like you wouldn't completely dismiss it, but it wouldn't bother you too much.
Yeah.
But what do you mean that women like women and when they have sex?
What?
So like new age feminism, it's like, oh, sleep around, you know, like prostitutional, use your looks and your body to get what you want in a transactional relationship. And that's girls acting like guys because that messes with girls to just sleep around. But I think a guy can sleep with somebody and it doesn't really bother them or mean a lot. But I know as a girl, if I sleep with somebody, it's really gonna hit me.
I mean, have you heard of the expression that guys sleep who they like can and girls can sleep whoever they want?
Yeah.
Because us girls are more choosy, picky because we're based off emotionally. For guys,
but we also
it's
have a
not
natural
like that.
responsibility, right?
Of
like
course,
we
but,
have a baby making situation, so we have to also think about that or factor that into our
So we're
selection
less
process.
sloppy about it with sex, you know, like guys when they're horny, it's an instinct and they gotta find a girl. Like she said no, I'm gonna go to her.
It's a lot. I'll
Like,
be
it's
honest with you.
crazy.
It's a lot. Some of the things that I've heard and seen men do for sex in desperation has been kind of
like
nuts.
Get girls flowers on the first date.
I have a crazy
but
one.
no. Sorry.
I have a crazy one. Yesterday, I was talking to my friends that are here.
You have friends?
Yeah.
Congrats.
And I was like, I'm going on this
Dear
podcast.
friends or regular friends?
Dear friends.
Okay, so they're all online.
What?
I
I'm sorry, I'm gonna hold that above you the rest of the show. But
and I was talking about this podcast,
Yeah.
and then we were talking about sex, like, you know, 'cause it's what your podcast does to people. And
what? Huh?
and we were
Sex.
talking, and the guys, okay, so it's two girls, me,
Can you scoot the
Sage,
microphone closer towards you?
me and Sage,
That's great.
and then there's two guys, okay?
Two dudes.
And the dudes, of course, were like, guys will do anything for sex.
Martin
Hold that
donated
thought.
$100. Sophia's pro-life argument, storks are pretty birds. If they could no longer deliver babies, they would be sad and unemployed. And it increased the wage gap if they are female.
Confirm or deny, is that your argument?
I like pretty birds, so.
Okay, so you're hanging out with Sage and Bartholomew and
You got
Cornelius.
one of the names, right? Yeah. And okay, but it's so embarrassing.
what was embarrassing?
It
was you guys had an orgy?
This guy was like, because we were talking about like hookup culture, and just dating and all this, and like the differences between girls and guys, and like what we do in hookup culture, and the guys and my boyfriend, they were talking about how they know guys who drove like out of the city, like, you know, to LA, like from Bakersfield to LA, to Bakersfield to NorCal to get a hit. And that's crazy. Why would you drive so far just for sex? When
I wouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, you
that's
would.
No, I wouldn't.
That's
Yeah,
not
you
what
Bro,
we're created for.
I have it
Yeah,
on
you
record.
would.
Hold on, I have it on record. So I live in Santa Barbara, right? Ventura is like 45 minutes away. So I've stated that I would not, even if my dream girl is in Ventura, I am not commuting 45 minutes for my dream girl. Convenience is too important for me. You got to be like within 10, 15 minutes. Otherwise, I don't care if you're a Victoria's Secret model. I ain't going to Bakersfield for starters. I definitely ain't driving to Bakersfield.
So
For
you can't
me?
do long distance relationships?
I don't do long distance.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
either-
even do medium distance. It feels like
I don't even. do
you only
medium
short like
distance.
very much around the corner distance. That's
No, it's too
You
complicated.
do walking distance.
It's just always. It's so complicated. Like, and I don't. Part of being in a relationship, there has to be like. I think there has to be a proximity. I think you need to be.
So you
close-
value that?
Yeah, you need to be in person with the person.
I mean, sure.
No offense,
Well,
Yuki.
you could be in person with them 45 minutes away.
But
you
gotta
almost just totally put her on blast.
But I mean, this is a perfect example. Like you got really invested in this guy, but there was a distance component, right? Or was he in the same town as you, but it was only online?
It's like only online, but he's like living in LA, and I trying to like meet him in person. Like I said like I can fly for you, like I can do everything to meet you, but he's like, nah.
He's
So
not-
she doesn't think
he wasn't
distance
that.
extreme.
I mean, he
No,
wasn't
he
that.
wasn't
into you.
expressing
Bro,
interest.
A girl offering to fly to you, you don't have to do anything. He probably was like, I don't know what he was fucking doing.
He squandered, to be honest.
No, he took
No,
an L on that
he was
one
playing
for
a game
sure.
with
What
you.
if
He was
he was
playing
a
a game with you.
catfish?
So honestly, Yuki, my advice to you with that situation is I think it's not it has nothing to do with you. It actually like he was on some weird shit.
It says more about him
because
than
a
about
dude
him.
because a dude turning down a girl who's prepared to fly to him.
It's okay.
I really hope that you find your self-value one day, really. I'm seeing how much it pains you right now, and it sucks to see you, like,
That's messed up, Brian.
you know?
No, I was trying to big up Yuki.
You, Brian.
Honestly,
I think this is a deeper
what it
thing.
is,
I
is
think-
that
I think
I
we
was
just
trying
need
to
to-
say,
you're
Yuki,
hurting.
Yeah.
It literally
I hope I didn't
hurts.
make you sad. What I'm
Like-
trying to say, it wasn't anything that you did. It just sounds like the dude, he was
And just take what you
Anyway.
It
can
was on
and
him.
leave all the negative. It's a good lesson. Don't fall in love with anybody that isn't gonna reciprocate it or not at least meet you in person.
At
You know what?
first,
We're
it's-
going to have to talk about this later.
We
girl.
can talk about. We'll talk about something else.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
At the end of
or
the
if
day,
you
though.
don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it either. If it makes you uncomfortable, then we can move past this.
Oh, so cute.
Okay.
It's fine. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when it comes to distance, though, I don't want to do like a long distance thing.
I never.
So
I don't know-
what do
I
you
don't know
consider
where-
long
Yeah,
distance?
sorry, I kind of
Yeah,
like.
you completely
I kinda
like
do-
took out the chunk,
I don't know
the
what-
middle
it's-
chunk of your point.
So it's like two stories down long distance, or like is that too many stairs?
Look, I just want to date a girl who lives in my city. I think
you
that's
just
pretty
don't really want to be
reasonable.
driving 45 minutes. That's really what your
Yeah,
point
it's
is,
just
right?
like. Plus, it's like I don't know if it's like I want to see you. If I want to see you tonight, that if they live far away, like you kind of have to pre-plan a little bit. But like if you're having a bad day, hey babe, come over. She can be there.
I mean, I see your
Yeah.
point. I guess I'm just like I'm really devoted to my person, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm monogamous for sure.
Sure.
But also I love really hard, and so like for me as a person, nothing gets in my way. If I'm loving on you, you're gonna have all of it. So if that means I have to drive, I drive. If that means I have to do whatever, it's whatever. And I'm just
Yeah.
devoted to my person. So I guess I just can't relate, but I see where you're kind of like that's a thing for you, because I wouldn't prefer like a long distance relationship, and I'm not going to elect to be in one because I don't think I'd like that myself either.
Sure.
Like out of state or out of country or
Yeah.
anything like that. I think
How
it
did
would
we
be-
get to the long distance thing? I think it was originally on something
I
Sophia was
was
saying.
just saying that guys, it's not a relationship. They drive miles and
Oh,
miles away just to have sex with a girl.
But shouldn't so? But
That's what we're
do you
talking
frown on that?
Yeah.
But hold on. I think I've caught you in a trap here. Because earlier you said that guys should pay for flowers. So it wouldn't be romantic that a guy is willing to spend this time and money to travel and come and see you? Doesn't that show that he cares? He's willing to invest?
and then never talks
Yes,
to her
he
again.
does.
And then like what?
Oh,
Because
well,
that would
that's
be the
different.
situation. Like it's not like a relationship, like a random girl that lives. Let's just
Scoot the mic closer to you, please.
the
Scoot it,
a
scoot
random
it. Edge of the table. Edge
Yeah,
of the
I
table.
get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Lovely.
a random girl. You know?
Why were you? What,
You were making a point. You almost had it. So
yeah,
what were you
I
saying?
almost had it.
you had like a really strong grip on that, by the way. That was intense.
Okay, but
That was intense.
when like it's a random girl, you know, this guy's horny, so he gotta get that on, and she's like, damn, 2 hours away.
Damn, son.
He's like,
I
I
could
could make that in 2
and
hours.
then like she wouldn't see that. Maybe she'd see him as desperate in like that sense, but I think you might have took it into the relationship sense of what this situation, like what happened, because it wasn't a relationship. It was just like hookup culture, you know.
What are we talking about?
And that came from when I was talking to my friends about hookup culture and like
Sure.
the differences between guys and girls and how desperate men are in hookup culture. Like they lie and lie to just hit it, and they just kind of like I don't know, they do a lot of stuff, or not even just that, but like they just have sex with anything.
Word.
Or everything.
As a
Word.
female, have you ever been in a talking stage with like multiple different people?
No.
No, you just haven't been in a talking stage where you're just trying to get to know a person. You're like, oh yeah, this is not it. I'm not feeling him.
I've been in a talking stage.
But have you told him things and then you like sooner or later you're like, oh yeah, this is not it, and then you just
Probably, yeah.
so that's you don't think that's like basically the same level like
Same level of what? What does that have to do with what I'm saying?
I feel like as a dude, like a lot of guys, as I said, men can get what they can. Girls can choose who they want to like sleep with. Like us girls, like we have that advantage to be like, okay, we could pick and choose. Maybe some people don't have that luxury, but it's like that for both genders. Anybody could pick and choose that person. It's just you're talking about an audience of people who would drive, okay, let's say so and so like however miles to get pussy, but you don't know if they get game or anything like that. Like that's just their lifestyles. Like it's the same thing with a girl. Like she can go risk it all for a dude because she thinks he's cute or she just wants to go hook up with him. Most people would risk it all if their ex just picks up the phone and calls them and be like, hey, come over, there's nobody here. A lot of people would drive that 45 minutes to go see their ex again. So
But it's not their ex. They're not in a relationship. It's just some girl that you talk to.
exactly. So you're just like that with your ex too. You guys are not in a relationship and he still calls you, and a lot of people will go risk that and go do that for their hookup culture with their ex, thinking that they can get something out of it.
I think with an ex, it's a little bit different
Yeah,
because there's
'cause-
an emotional relationship or emotional
I'm
connection
talking
that
about
has been
it's
established.
random.
I think the issue is like, or I think what she's trying to say is that there's a certain desperation for someone that you don't have that much investment in, and you're just doing it for the purpose of having sex. So, because
And
like,
he could have just found someone in 5.
if it was
All right,
Wow.
let's
Radiance,
get some
different,
super
whatever
chats
it
in
is.
here. Let's get some super chats.